Hi everyone, welcome back to Yoga Magnificat with Mathia, and today we are going to do a chair yoga class that's good for just about anybody. Feel free to grab a sturdy chair, preferably without arms, and maybe a yoga mat, and if you don't have one, just find a nice flat spot on the floor where you don't feel any slippage, and that's usually best without any socks. Another thing you might want to have with you is a yoga strap, and if you don't have one, you can use a long scarf, you can use an old belt or a tie that's quite long. Other than that, feel free to set up your chair and have a seat. We're going to sit against the back of the chair for now, and you can bring your feet out in front of you for the first few moments of class, where we'll just settle in and check in with the body and let the breath begin to flow. So you can place the hands, palms facing up. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just continue with this breath, allowing for the air to inflate through your belly, up through the diaphragm, all the way up to your neck and shoulders. Exhale the same way out from the top of the chest, the middle, down to your belly. Continue breathing for a few breaths just like this, seeing if you can really elongate your breath, fill it deep, and make it slow. Let go of any strain you have holding in your body. Maybe notice between the eyebrows, unfurrow any creases on your face, along your cheeks and jaw, neck and shoulders. Feel the softness entering into your arms, all the way down to your hands and fingertips. Continue allowing the breath to flow through the lungs, the chest, feeling your back up against the chair. Noticing the support of the chair beneath your seat, and then letting the tops of your thighs and your knees ever so increase in softness. Feel that softness draw down to your calves, down to your ankles, and finally your toes. And then just sit with this for a while. The sensation of being calm and still. Allow any worries or anxieties to fade into the background, while allowing this sense of peace and calm be your focus for the next little while. Let's begin by wiggling the hands and feet. Open the eyes. Begin to sit forward away from the back of your chair. Make sure that your feet are stacked underneath your knees, and you feel as though your head and heart and pelvis are all stacked together like building blocks, one on top of each other. We'll begin by flipping the hands up. Inhale, reach up, look at your thumbs. Exhale, flow the arms down and away. Inhale, scoop them up, looking up at the thumbs. Take a little stretch for your back. Open through the front of your body. And exhale, look forward, send the hands down. Last time, inhale, sweep those arms up high. Breathe through the side of your body, little back bend, and exhale, send it down. We're going to start with some sun salutations seated on the chair. Start by bringing the arms up, joining the palms, and then sending them down to the heart, and continue hinging forward until your tummy lands on your thighs. Now you can stay a little bit higher up. You can have your hands holding on to your shins, or you can continue bringing your head down and lowering your hands wherever they will land. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Allow the back of your neck to relax as you continue breathing, filling up through the back of your body. As you exhale, feel your belly melting towards your thighs. On the next inhale, begin to lift your head, walk your hands onto your shins, and straighten through the length of your spine. Draw your shoulders back. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, resuming your forward bend position. Inhale, come back up for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward last time. Inhale, come up for your halfway lift. We'll stay here. Slide those shoulders away. We're bent forward in about 45 degrees from seated upright. From here, we'll take the right hand and swing it up towards the sky for a gentle twist. Exhale, send that right hand down. Inhale, take the left hand up and over. Turn the chest, look towards the left. Exhale, hands down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's try that again. Take the right hand, open it up. Deep breath. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Inhale, left hand opens, turn to that same side. Exhale, hands down to the shins, forward bend. Grab opposite elbows. Let your upper body just hang over the ankles and the shins, and feel free to rock from side to side. Notice how good it feels just to let go. All that tension that surrounds the neck, shoulders, and jaw. Bring the hands to the shins. Come back to your halfway lift and walk yourself back to an upright position. From here, rock your shoulders into some circles, taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. From here, we're going to start by widening the feet just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Keep the toes out in kind of a V shape so it's tracking with your knees. We're going to take the right elbow down onto the thigh. We're going to take the left hand down through the center of the legs, sweep it up and back, opening into kind of a diagonal position. Maybe look up at your left thumb. Exhale, look down and scoop that left arm underneath the right arm. Look over, curling in. Inhale, open it up, sweep it up and back. Exhale, curl it in. So reach underneath the right arm, look over behind your shoulder. Inhale again, opening up. This time, turn your thumb away. So if you can see my hand, I'm turning my thumb away and I'm placing the back of my hand on my low back. So plugging that hand into the body, I'm going to roll open the left shoulder and look up to the ceiling. Now, if your neck doesn't like this, you can always stare the same direction as your chest, whichever works better for you. Take a deep breath in, expand through the left shoulder, exhaling slowly. Look down, slowly release, and bring your left elbow onto the left thigh. Right arm drops between the two knees. Inhale to sweep it up and back. So notice that I'm opening at an angle here, and I'm trying to keep my right shoulder and left shoulder in line with each other. As I press down into this left arm, I'm going to feel that openness follow up through the collarbones and up through the right fingertips. Look up at your right hand, take a deep breath in. Open that shoulder as much as you want. So I'm going to lean back just a little more. Notice that my chest, my sternum is starting to point up a little bit more than down. So if you can reach that far, go ahead. If you can't, don't sweat it. Take the right hand now and begin to curl it underneath the left arm and then peek over the left shoulder. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, curl it in. Use this moment to really expand. If you've been curled up feeling anxious all day, this is your chance to really open up through the heart. Exhale, take your left arm under. This time, open it up and stay here. And again, I'm going to bring my arm down so you can see. If your hand is like this, you're going to turn the thumb away, and you're going to take the back of your hand and plug it into your low back. Push into your body, open that right shoulder, and look up at the sky. Again, you can follow your gaze the same direction as your chest if you prefer, or you can keep your head up. Take another big inhale, really open through the collarbones in the front of that deltoid, front of your shoulder. Exhale, look down, release that right hand and walk your way back up. We're going to keep the knees in this wide position, and we're going to hold on to the thighs or the kneecaps, whatever you can get comfortably, and start with some hip torso rolls. So keep your sit bones planted onto your chair. We're going to rock over to the right, shoulders leading, and then bring the chest forward, over to the left, back and around. So feel free to curl and round back towards your chair, and then bring that chest forward. So someone's drawing your chest forward and your shoulders back. And then same thing, that chest is going back. So it's pushing back towards the chair, hollowing out the front of your body. Same thing, bring your chest forward. As you bring it back, push the belly button back, chest back, hollowing out. Open through. Exhale, press it back. From here, come forward, we're going to switch directions. Go over to the other side. So hollowing out the front of the body as we go back, bringing the chest forward, and again. And feel free to get really loose with this. Involve the shoulders, maybe rotating them around, bringing the chest, rolling the shoulders back, and feel the side body, your waist, your obliques, down to your hips, begin to feel that warmth building up. This is a really good one to do, especially if you've been sitting still for a long time in front of a desk. It's a really good idea to get that spine moving in all of its directional opportunities and availabilities. So this is just one of them. We're going to come back up. We're going to roll up. Head comes up last. And then we're going to drop forward again, chest forward first. Head comes down last. Roll up chest. It's like the upper back shoulder blades are being pulled up first. Head comes up last. This time, drop the shoulders, the chest forward. Head dips down. Roll it back up. Last time, come forward. Inhale, come all the way up, just snaking forward and back, and stay here in an upright position. All right, from here, we're going to start warming up those legs a little bit more. So bring your knees out even wider and turn your toes away from each other as best as you can. If your toes stay in a V shape, that's fine. Make sure that you're opening your knees out to a degree that is comfortable and realistic for your hip mobility. So don't crack anything and don't push yourself too far. So find what's comfortable. Now, the key here is to push your feet down into the floor to engage those inner thigh muscles. And then draw your belly button back towards your spine and sit up nice and tall. So let's push the feet down. Already you'll feel the engagement, the hardness of your muscles begin to activate. So we'll place the hands onto the chest, in front of the chest. Take a big breath. Keep pushing down into those feet. Don't let go. Take a big breath in. Exhale, keep push, 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 push. Inhale, keep the pushing down. And exhale, push. So feel that engagement, feel that warmth building up in those inner thighs. Yippee, this is so much fun, right? Aren't you glad that you joined me today? I hope you are. I sure am glad that you're here. Let's take the right elbow down onto the thigh. Keep pushing down and swing the body to the right. Inhale, come up. Left arm comes down, right arm over to the side. Keep pushing into those legs. One more time each side. Inhale to come up. Whew. Come all the way back through center. Bring the hands to your heart and release those legs. Tip those knees inward. Pivot on your feet so your heels come up and allow that internal rotation of your hips to take place for a nice little stretch. Big breath in. Big breath out. Nice work, everyone. Now we're going to return to this horse position with the toes facing out. We're going to add a little bit of a swaying movement. Now notice how if I'm swaying, it looks like my upper body is doing the movement, but really it's originating from the bottoms of my feet. So before you start moving your upper body, I want you to plant your feet again, push down, activate those inner thighs. Arms come out, and I want you to push with your right leg. If you push to that right foot, you're going to slide the body to the left. So if you push into your left foot, it's going to push your body over to the right. So I want you to think about the momentum coming from your feet, not your upper body. So let your arms be soft. Let yourself push into the right foot, sway, push into the left leg, sway the other direction. So very slowly alternate pushing into one foot and then release and push into the opposite foot. So you're going to start feeling your inner thighs, maybe your glutes, your bum muscles starting to really heat up here. If you want to make it a little bit harder, don't pause quite so long in between each side. So you're just going to sway from side to side, almost keeping a very simultaneous flow from one foot to the other. Are we feeling that heat? Keep your core nice and strong. Good. Let those feet create the motion in the upper body. Reach, reach. Oh, push down and reach. I'm feeling it right in those inner thighs. You might be feeling it too. Allow it to work its way in. Don't run away from it. When you take a break, you can. All right. If you want to add a little bit of more movement in your arms just by bending the arms a little bit, go ahead. Kind of like a luau. You're going to work a little bit into your side body, your obliques, by controlling the swaying motion. Again, keep it really focused into your feet. We're going to do a couple more. Last one. And work it back. Let's bring those knees in, tip them down, tip your heels up, and just let yourself wiggle them out. All right, you probably feel your heart rate rising a little bit. Mine sure is. It's a good feeling, especially if you've been sitting a long time today. Maybe it's a good thing if you've noticed that a lot of your daily habits are spent hunched over a phone or a tablet or computer and scrolling through, not so positive messages or things that are making you feel kind of freaked out about the world today. So take a break, make sure that you are focused on other things. Let yourself feel your body, let yourself enjoy moving your body and feeling the breath making its way through. So let's bring the feet back into our starting position. All right, sitting tall, we're going to start to activate more of our core and integrate some of the upper body with the lower body. This is more for coordination and just to get the brain moving with all left, right sides. So some of you may find this more challenging, some of you may find it pretty easy, but I want you to focus on really cinching up your core, pushing your feet down into the ground so you feel that lift, you feel that almost like you're going to come off the chair, but not. And then we're going to take the right foot and extend it forward. Flex your toes. So your leg doesn't have to be super high. Mine is below my hip. I'm going to take my left hand, opposite hand to the sky. Drop the right hand. So reach up high, kick forward, activate the top of your thigh, and then lower, kick your left foot forward, right hand lift, so opposite hand and foot. Really push down into the bottom leg. Good, so now you probably notice that once you lower, this movement looks a lot kind of like a march. I like to liken this to the movement of a toy soldier, but very slow. I want you to do this really, really slowly. Think about really pushing down into your bottom foot, reaching tall and kicking forward with the other leg. Release, slowly push it forward, reach up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower, inhale, reach. Exhale, lower, reach. Good. Let's lower it down. Release the legs. Circle the shoulders back. All right. Let's begin by starting at a standing position. So go ahead and walk behind your chair. If you need to move it to the top of your mat, go ahead. So at the top of the mat, you're going to have the chair beneath your hands, the top of your chair, so that you have something to hold on to for some of these balance movements. So the first thing we're going to do is warm up those legs a little bit more. Let's take that left leg. We're going to step it back just a few steps until we can bend that right knee and keep the left toes on the floor. The heel is up. Stand up nice and tall through the upper body. So think about your shoulders being aligned with your hips. You're not leaning forward and you're not arching back. Okay, drawing the core in, tuck your tailbone under your body. Try not to stick your butt out and let your belly drop forward. Okay, so everything needs to come in like so. All right, so once you're ready, you can place your hands out in front for some balance. You can stay here, practicing your lunge. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. We're just practicing endurance here. If you'd like, take the arms up and frame your face, looking forward. Deep breath in, deep breath out. It's like you're taking a brave step forward into the world. Except right now, we can't really go anywhere. So you're taking a big brave step in your living room or basement, like I am. Now, set the hands down onto your chair if you haven't moved them already, or you have moved them. Balance your hands on that chair, lean forward. We're going to kick that left foot back and up. Push down into your right foot. Come into Warrior 3. So I'm going to pop forward, lift my left leg, and slide forward a little bit towards my chair. I'm going to squeeze my left glute. I'm going to push down into my right foot. Try to keep your left toes down instead of opened off to the side. Slowly set that left foot down. Now we're going to add on to something a little extra here to really strengthen up the right hip and glute. So you're going to hold on to that chair. We're going to pop up for just a second. And exhale, slowly put her down. You can keep your upper body leaning forward because we're going to do that again. Pop up, exhale, gently lower it down. So take your time to come forward. Take your time to land so you're exercising the control of your body. One more time, pop it forward, slowly come through back to your lunge. All right, you're probably feeling your right hip, right glute, nice and warm, a little bit sore. Step it forward and shake out your legs. Walk it out. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Please feel free at any time to grab a drink of water. You can always pause the video at any time. So let's start on the other side. Feet about hip distance apart, hold on to your chair. Step your right foot this time back in space into your lunge. Take as many steps as you need to get to that position where you can bend your left knee, keep it tracking on top of that ankle, and then keeping your right toes on the ground, heel back, and then straightening your upper body. Draw your core in, tailbone tucking in, and then the hands can stay either on the chair, or you can begin by practicing your balance by looking forward and floating your hands out in front. If you feel exceptionally adventurous today, bring the arms up over your head. Take a deep breath, looking forward, nice and brave, opening through the chest. The core is very strong. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Always strong through those legs. We're going to come through to our Warrior 3. So the hands have to come back onto that chair. Lean forward. You're going to pop onto your left foot and float the right foot off the ground a little bit or a lot. Now your left leg can have a little bend in it, or you can push down straight. Kick back through your right heel. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then slowly land that foot down. Keep yourself forward. We're going to pop it up a couple of times more. So take a deep breath in, push down. Exhale just as slowly, lower down onto your toes. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down nice and slow, land onto your toes. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down. Last time. I know this is more than a couple. Wrong term. We did like 4. Come back into our lunge. Step the right foot forward and release. Walk your legs out. Give yourself a little march. Take your knees up towards your chest, one at a time. Hold on to the chair if you need to. This is a nice way to activate around your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings, and also get some fluid moving around in your knee joints. Another good way to wake up the legs. It also helps to wake up your hip flexors. So they're those deep muscles inside the top of your thigh going into your pelvis. It's very complex, but they help to pretty much elevate your legs. Good. We're going to work on those hip flexors actually. So go ahead and turn to the left of your mat, just like I was doing. And I want you to place your right hand on the chair so you have somewhere to support yourself with. Now keep your feet grounded about hip distance apart on the floor. And all we're going to do is balance on the right foot. Lift your left foot off the ground with the toes up, just a little bit. Now, flare those toes towards your face. Begin to lift your leg up straight, like someone's picking up those toes, and your leg is nice and straight as well. Keep your upper body tall so that you're not picking up your foot and leaning back. Now, there might be a point where you can no longer lift that foot up without really collapsing to the back wall. You're going to start feeling this heat at the top crease of your left hip. That's your hip flexor working, maybe talking to you, saying, what's going on? Why is this happening? Take a deep breath in and tell it it's going to be okay. Now we're going to take that heel down, not for a rest. We're going to pick it back up again. Put the heel down, pick it back up. Put the heel down, pick it back up. Heel, lift. Heel, lift. Let's put it down. Whew. Shake it out. You'll probably feel the standing leg, the right leg, kind of sore. That's normal. You're stabilizing here while you're working your left leg. All right. So you might want to turn over to the right side of your mat with the left hand on the chair this time to do the other side. But I want to face you, so I'm going to pretend that I have a chair on this side. So this time, with my pretend chair on my left hand, I'm going to stand with my left foot pushing down and not sinking into the hip. And then from here, I'm going to walk my right heel in front of me, getting ready to elevate the toes and the long leg in front. Keep your core knitted together and only lift your leg up as high as you feel comfortable without knocking your upper body back. Whoop. This is why a chair is a good thing, or a wall. Now holding onto your chair or wall, keep the leg straight, pushing into your heel and keeping your toes flexed. Good. From here, we're going to start lowering the right foot down, lift the toes up, lower down, lift the toes up, lower, and lift. So even if you look like you're only lifting a little bit off the ground like this, that's fine too. Don't sweat it. Let's do one more. Oh boy. And set that leg down, walk it out. All right, let's come back to the chair for a couple more standing poses. We'll start with some warrior series with the left foot stepping back. Now turn your back toes off to the side about 45 or 30 degrees. Keep your right knee bent as you see here, tracking on top of the ankle. Don't let it go past your toes. And then straighten up your upper body and turn to the left side, the long edge of your mat, and then spread your wings until they are forward and back, and turn your gaze to the right hand. This is called Warrior Two. We're going to do a little flow here. So sink down into that right thigh, open that hip up and back. So you're really pressing into the pinky edge of your left foot, and you're letting that right knee track towards your pinky on the right foot as well. The reason being is a lot of people end up in this pose and they knock their knees into the space in front of them. So I really want you to think about really opening those knees, opening the hips like they're spiraling from below, up, and back. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's flip both hands. As we inhale, straighten your right leg, lift the toes, and bring the hands together overhead. As you bring the hands down to the heart, sink down into your right knee lunge. Open up your hands. Inhale, open the palms. Inhale to lift and straighten. Bring the right toes off the ground. And then as you sink down, hands to heart, open it up. Inhale, flip the hands. Exhale, sink it down. Open it up. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. Reach forward, place the right arm onto the top of your chair, flip your left hand to the sky and bring it up and over, and then lean back slightly, trying to get your shoulders slightly back and your chest rotated to the left. Side angle pose. Slowly place your left hand onto your hip, come on up, and then heel toe your back foot in. All right, we're gonna do this on the other side. So reach, step forward, and then step your right foot back, turn your right toes off to the side and land your heel. Now come on up with your left hand holding onto the chair and bend your left knee. Turn to the right side of your mat and open your hands. So they're parallel with the ground and look towards the left hand. Again, track your knees to your pinky toes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now let's flow, flipping both hands. So straighten the left leg, bring the toes up and join the palms up above. Bring the hands down to your heart, sink into your left knee lunge, open it up. Again, flip both palms, straighten, lift the toe, bring the hands down, lunge, and open your wings. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink it down. Prayer position to warrior two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, prayer position again, warrior two. Last time, inhale, lift, straighten. Exhale, prayer position to warrior two. From here, reach forward, set your left arm down onto the chair. Right arm comes up and over. Rotate the shoulder back. Spiral your chest to the right. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Just holding it here. Lift the arms. From here, lower down, heel toe your back foot in until you can make your way to the top of your mat. Let's take a chair downward facing dog. Hands on the top of your chair. Walk it back until you become an L shape. Arms long, hips yearning back, and your upper body fits right between your arms. Bend your knees or keep them straight, your choice. Depends on how you like your stretch. Straight is a bit more in your hamstrings, bent's a little bit more in your back. You can always play with straightening and bending your knees, so you can kind of get the best of both worlds. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly walk your way back to the chair. Take a moment here, join the hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders back and away from your chest, and then proceed to straighten your fist towards the floor. Open your chest, looking forward. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slowly release. We're going to take a standing back bend from here. So you can hold on to your chair if you like. I'm going to walk up right to my chair so my hip points are actually hugging onto the back of my chair. Place your hands onto the back portion of your chair, and then make sure you're really pressing down into your feet. You're squeezing your kneecaps, squeezing your thighs, squeezing your butt. Now from here, push your hips into the chair and bring your hands into your hips. So you're holding that chair close to your body. And then begin to urine back, looking up at the ceiling, shoulders drawing back, push into the ground with your feet. Now only go back as far as it's comfortable for you. Holding onto that chair, depending on how heavy your chair is, you might need to kind of ground it to the floor by pushing down slightly in your hands. And then to get out of this pose, we're going to push into the feet, begin to bring your chin down towards your chest, and then just allow everything to gently make its way back up. All right, so from here, let's take a seat back onto the chair. We don't need the strap quite yet. I'm going to do a few seated stretches first. So sitting tall, feet about hip distance apart, lift the arms, turn to the right side along with your shoulders, and then drop both hands to the same side. Left hand's on your right knee, right hand's on the side of your chair. Look off to the right, take a deep breath in, And a deep breath out. If you'd like, continue bringing your gaze past your right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly bring your gaze back to center. Inhale to lift the arms, and then exhale, turn the body over to the left, and then gently drop both hands to that side. Right hand on left thigh, left hand on the side of your chair. Sit up tall, push into your right hand, allow yourself to twist a little bit more to the left. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, feel free to bring your gaze over to the left shoulder, looking behind you. And then slowly return your gaze back through center. We're going to just widen the feet a little bit. Take your right hand underneath your chair. Left hand to the side will take a side bend. I like to have the right hand holding onto the chair so it's a little more passive. I'm actually bringing my hand down to the rungs of my chair because I like to push down into my bottom hand and really expand through my left side. Breathe in, breathe out. One more cycle of breath here. Slowly lower your left hand, walk your way back up using your right hand. Left hand can do the same. It can be under the chair, holding on to one of your chair legs. Flip your right hand open and directly bend to the left. I like to start that way because sometimes people do a side bend and they end up kind of reaching off to the side and front and bringing the head and the arm forward. So I really want you to think about making sure that you're really just side bending to the left or right side. And then maybe look and gaze up at your right bicep. You want to keep your chest slightly open and the shoulders slightly back. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly make your way back up. From here, we're going to take a wide angle fold. So we're going to widen the legs into a V. Come onto your heels and maybe slide a little bit more forward onto your chair. Now make sure that chair is really sturdy because we don't want it to fall forward. We want to support us. So with your toes up in the air, your knees can be a little bit soft. Walk yourself slowly down your shins, your thighs, and then down towards your ankles. If you can't touch the ankles, no worries. You can stay up a little bit higher. Okay, so wherever you can get, hold on, reach through the crown of your head. Exhale, slide down. If you do have a block at home, you might find it advantageous to have it underneath your hands, right between where the feet are. So that could elevate the hands a little bit for you instead of reaching all the way to the floor. Or some telephone books might be handy, whatever works for you. Or you can just keep your hands on your legs. Now, once you come to a comfortable position, allow your spine to roll forward, let your head drop, and come into more of a passive position. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let the breath flow and move through your spine. Let your head relax. Give it a shake no. Give it a nod yes. Just to really make sure your neck is loose. Slowly make your way up, walking up through your legs. And we'll bring those knees together. At this point, grab your strap, your belt, your scarf, whatever, even if it's a towel. And we're going to tether the right foot with the strap. So put it right in the center of your strap or scarf. Now, before we go anywhere, we're going to walk the feet slightly apart and then begin to straighten the right leg and then shorten the grasp of your strap. Flex your toes up. And then from here, widen just a little bit more. Take your free hand, your left hand, and open it to the side and back. Maybe looking over to that hand to the left. Inhale, reach, kicking through the right foot and reaching back through the left hand. Slowly walk it forward. Bring your left knee forward. Now from here, we're going to bend that knee, cross the ankle over the knee. Let your knee splay out and down. Take a deep breath, staying here, or other option to deepen is to hinge forward, little by little. Breathing in and breathing out. This is a really great stretch if you have sciatic issues from tight glute muscles or piriformis. Be careful if it's a sciatic issue originating from your low back, because that's more of a spinal issue. So if it bothers you to have your knee externally rotated while bending forward, then definitely come into it less. Maybe just stay upright and experiment first. It's one of those tricky things, sciatica. People think that sort of a one stretch fixes all, but it's not a condition that originates from one place, so you kind of have to be careful with it. So from here, let's lift up, uncross the legs, take the left foot into the strap. Once you're ready, begin to walk both feet apart, and then we're going to straighten that left leg and kick through the heel, and then shorten the grasp of your strap. Take your right hand out and back, reaching through that right hand, and then look over to those fingertips. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Keep kicking through your left foot. Slowly bring everything forward. Bend your left knee, cross it over your right thigh. And again, you can stay here just letting, let your knee relax, your hip relax into the pose. You always want to start at a place of ease rather than force. So if your body says okay, you can play with hinging forward a little bit at a time. And again, just be wary and mindful about how your back feels if you do have sciatic issues. It'll be really good if it is coming from a pinched nerve from a tight piriformis muscle running deep underneath the glute. But if it's originating from your low back and coming from the spine and going down, then you're going to feel it in your low back, and you know that's where it's coming from. So take your time with it. Decide if you want to be forward more or upright more. And then we'll release. We'll do one more stretch just to even out both sides of the spinal muscles. And again, if you do have any sciatic issues, especially if it's originating from your back, take this one slowly. Toes are flared up, feet about hip distance apart, heels on the ground. And then with the knees slightly soft, you're going to hinge forward and walk your hands down any part of your legs. Some of you might be up on your thighs, and that's as far as you're going to get. Some of you may be more open and be able to bring your hands all the way down to your ankles and your feet, whatever works best. Now get nice and long. Push down into your legs, press back into your sit bones, lengthen through the crown of your head, and then slowly hinge forward, tummy towards thighs. And then once you're comfortable, begin to experiment rounding your back. Don't go too fast with the rounding. Take it really slow and let your spine just articulate in this rounded position. Drop your head and then breathe and expand. Exhale, soften, melting towards the legs. Just let your natural body weight and gravity do the work. And then let the breath follow. Those of you who are further down and feel comfortable doing so, you can cross your arms on top of your shins and let your head just kind of dangle forward. So you're a little bit more like you're hanging out in space with support with your arms. Let's take one more deep inhale. One last exhale. Slowly walk your hands up onto your thighs, coming to an upright position. Take your time, especially if you ever get dizzy coming up from a downward position. From here, just scoot yourself back. Allow yourself to lay your shoulders onto the back of your chair. Walk your feet out and splay your toes, thighs, and knees open. Maybe lay your palms up. Let your shoulders rest. Feel free to close your eyes or keep your gaze soft towards a spot on the floor. We're just going to spend a few moments here with our breath, feeling that warmth moving through the body, maybe feeling more expansive through all those stiff spinal muscles that work so hard in keeping us upright but don't get a lot of love during the day. So allow your body just to relax, become soft. Take some full deep breaths. Breathe in that calmness. Breathe in that stillness. Imagine it entering all parts of your body. Places that felt chaotic, tense, balled up. And imagine all those places unraveling, becoming lighter and more open. And just let yourself breathe and enjoy.